Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You are one of the lucky few who have clicked on a Joat of Luda's video. I've been doing a lot of Empyrean Galactic Survival, which is a great game. We're going to try a new start on No Man's Sky. I've got about 600 or so hours in this game. I've been playing off and on since like 2013. We're going to do a best start, but Hawks Gaming does the best starts in No Man's Sky, in my opinion. So I'm not trying to compete with him. We're going to do like a mediocre best start. A mediocre start, maybe a lazy man's best start. So probably turn that into a let's play and go through the 3 primary game quests. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to play game. This is my primary save, for lack of a better term. This is the most recent Community Expedition Polestar. I don't know why this is still showing Community Expedition. I've completed all of the quests there. We're going to start a new game. You get normal, survival, permadeath, creative, and community expedition, and there's not one active at the moment. I'm not going to do survival or permadeath in this playthrough. There are fun ways to play. The inventory is the biggest pain in the rear in both of these. Also, your hazard protection drops really quick, and you'll generally take more damage from bad things in these versions. These are the same, except this one, if you die, the game's not deleted. And this one's permadeath. We're going to do a normal save. And then if you never have played this game before, it's all procedurally generated. So each one of these systems, these points that you see in this map as you're playing through, is a system that you can go to in just this one of many, many galaxies. You won't find 2 worlds that are the same. You won't find 2 animals that are the same. The possibilities are almost endless. This is definitely designed to be an exploration type of game. So I'm playing on PC through Steam, so begin initialization, hold down the E button, and we are spawned. So every first world that you start on will have some sort of hazard on the planet that will affect your hazard protection. It's either going to be radiation, toxicity, or temperature. It looks like in this particular planet, we're at 79.2 degrees Fahrenheit, but 61.2 on the toxicity scale. So we are on a toxic planet. All the plants, animals will be different for each planet that you go to, of the, I think, literally trillions of planets that you can go to. I do love this opening scene of this game. Wherever you start, theoretically, straight ahead is where your ship's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and go into the camera mode just so I can talk a little bit. I'm just going to hit the X button, go into camera mode, because while we're doing this, we are... our hazard protection isn't dropping. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we see here. First thing I'm looking for around is a cave, which I don't see one, which is not the end of the world. We've got plants, which typically give carbon. Carbon is used to refill the mining tool. And then the rocks that you see in the ground typically give ferrite, which is a version of stone, which is the first thing we need to harvest in order to repair our scanning tool. Those blue crystals there are the hydrogen crystals. At the beginning, you're going to pick pretty much all that stuff up in order to make launch fuel. So I'm going to go out of this, and the first thing it's going to tell me to do is going to be to repair my scanner. It's going to tell me to scan. So hit scan, hit the C button, and it's going to tell me that my scanner is critically damaged. And it's going to walk me through trying to get all that stuff fixed. I'm going to go ahead and hover over this. We need ferrite dust for repairs. Ferrite dust and question mark. So I just left click and start pulling some ferrite dust. I'm the kind of guy that's going to get a little bit extra. So while I'm headed in that general direction, oh, there's a cool animal over there, a bipedal animal. And while we're heading over there, I'm just going to kind of collect all the ferrite dust, the hydrogen, and carbon that I need. Since I've got 63 of the 75 required ferrite dust. Once I've got that, I can hit the right click to go through the tutorial. I'm going to hit tab, and it's going to pull me up to this blinking scanner tool. Needs 75 ferrite dust. There we have. I'm going to install it, and that's going to repair our scanner. Then it's going to tell me to hit that C button again, and we operate our scanner, and these Na is the chemical term for sodium, is where we've got some sodium. I'm right here by the dihydrogen, so I'm going to go ahead and pick all that up. We're getting really low on our hazard protection there in the bottom left. I won't start taking health damage until that's completely gone. My mining tool is heating up. I like to keep it right there at that 100 because it'll happen much more efficiently. While sprinting by hitting the shift button, I can Q and spacebar for the jetpack to go really fast. Let's go ahead and pick up this sodium. If I hit the X button, it's going to default to recharge equipment, and it's going to default to whatever's lowest, which is my hazard protection. I've got 16 sodium. It gave me almost half of a bar. Go and pick up this ferrite, scare away that weird looking crab, and we were heading in the right direction. Scan again just to see what's around me. I am going to need some carbon here soon, so it doesn't seem to be a lot on this planet, which is cool. This is hazardous flora. Hazardous flora always give you oxygen or sodium, which is cool. While I'm headed lazily towards my ship, I'm going to pick up ferrite dust, dihydrogen, carbon, sodium, whatever's kind of on the way. Should be carbon, hopefully it is. Some more sodium there at my feet. The mining is a little bit tedious. I don't mind the mining in this game, but it is a little bit tedious at the beginning. But once you get on with the game, you'll do less and less of it. This looks like this needs an advanced mining laser, which we don't have just yet. Ferrite dust, and that is carbon. Weapon charge depleted. Hit the X, recharge, and it defaulted to the mining beam. We can recharge our life support, hazard protection, but since that was lowest, that's what it prompted us for, and we're going to throw some carbon in there. Moss sodium. Keeping that at around 100, you'll mine basically with this starter mining tool or multi-tool about twice as fast as you would if you weren't in that range. And if you overheat, it'll start back over at that 40 damage per cycle. So you're just mining up all the basic materials. I don't think I can get this guy. It's advanced, yeah. And then across these planets, also procedurally generated, are random encounters for things like this. So I can search it, and it gave me some carbon, some condensed carbon, which is the same thing, just a more efficient version, and some dihydrogen. Oh, hey, hazardous flora. Go and pick up this dihydrogen while I'm going over there. In normal mode, you can carry stacks. You're going to be fighting inventory a lot. X, grab some sodium. But in normal mode, your stack sizes are up to, I think that's a cave. Hey there, buddy. Wow. Cool as crap. If I get under one of these ledges, stabilizing and recovering hazard protection. So that's kind of cool. We'd really like a mine, or a cave rather. I don't see one around, but that's all right. Every starter ship's going to have these 4 oxygen plants, which is kind of cool. And then we've got some damaged machinery. So that little Wi-Fi symbol is buried technology. pretty important. It's one of the, I would say, one of the current, you're going to use buried technology modules in order to purchase blueprints from the Anomaly for building your base. But there'll be one at every damaged machinery. The problem is I can't mine it yet because I haven't yet discovered the terrain manipulator. Living slime can be, I'm going to delete it by holding down the middle mouse button. And this damaged machinery will give me something. This time it was nanites. All these boxes are searchable. The Atlas Pass is not something we have just yet. Kind of pick up all these. The damaged containers also have something on them. I'm going to grab that rust. It can be refined down into ferrite, which we kind of need at the moment, and some sodium. What I was saying was that living slime can be put into a personal portable constructor or your personal constructor and refined down eventually into nanites, but it's a little bit of an arduous process. It's not something I usually participate in. So scenario iteration deleted, boundary separation failure likely, vessel 16 emptied, cause sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis, fresh iteration generation, anomaly, containment prepared. We're going to broadcast. Broadcast received, traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged, system integrity scan initialized. This game does a really good job of walking you through the beginning. The exosuit initialization is in progress. Investigate the ship, board the crashed ship. The way this game saves is you have auto saves, and when you get out of a ship, and then you have hard saves, which we don't have any here. Typically, if I were to log out of the game right now, this game has not been saved, and it would be permanently, it would never have been saved. So to say that it was deleted is a misnomer, but it wouldn't be there anymore. Now that I'm in the ship, and if I hit E to get back out, it will create its first auto save. There's our iteration number. We are online. Atlas connection intermittent. Launch thrusters offline, pulse engine offline. I find myself alone on a strange world, equipped and in danger, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how to get here, no sense of a before. But this ship is at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that of my exosuit. I am not dead yet. And this is a ship, a lifeline out to the stars. We're going to connect the exosuit. Substituting data. Exosuit connected. Suggestion pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. We only have one path to select here. Repair ship systems. Self-guided protocols initiated. Scanner critically damaged. We've already done that, buddy. Launch thrusters critically damaged. Press E to exit. So E, and you see I've got that restore point saved. We are now saved. We need metal plating, hermetic seal, the hydrogen jelly, and pure ferrite for those two tasks. So let's get some metal plating. If I hit the tab button and go into one of these things, it's blinking up. And then I need a metal plating. Requires 50 ferrite dust, which we have. So grab one of them. Place the metal plating onto the pulse engine. If I hit tab, I've got exosuit, starship, and multi-tool. In my starship, I've got a red blinking pulse engine. Needs a hermetic seal and metal plating. If I left click on it, I've got the metal plating. It's installed. And now I need a hermetic seal, which I don't have. Consult ship diagnostics. Repair partially complete. Hopping back into the ship. By the way, when I'm back into the ship, my hazard protection is going up. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation, comparison level reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from a distressed beacon cache. We'll exit the ship, and I should have a quest marker somewhere around there. So inside this distressed beacon, which we didn't find earlier, we are now going to find, I peer into the beacon's housing, as well as the distressed broadcast unit. It contains a planetary chart. So this is a basic mechanic of the game. We now have received a planetary chart. If I hit the tab menu, I have a planetary chart. This one is a distress signal, and it's going to specifically tell us where to find that hermetic seal. You can buy these. There's 5 or 6 different types from the space stations in order to find other things. So the process is you buy them. It says E to plot right there. So if I hold E to plot, it's going to activate it and find whatever thing it is. In this case, it's that quest marker. It could be on the other side of the planet with the traditional mode. These ones are usually pretty pretty close by. So now I've got a couple of points. I need to go there. I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to hop back into the ship just to finish my hazard protection. This quest is going to kick off a storm. I can sit here and wait it out, or if I have enough hazard protection on me in the form of sodium or sodium nitrate, I can run directly towards it. I would not be offended at a cave right about now, but I don't need it. So here's another damaged machinery, but I still have not found the technology for... We're going to just delete that residual goop. I still haven't found the technology for the terrain manipulator. Let's see what we get. Dihydrogen, awesome. Here's buried technology, but I can't get to it, right? So I still need a bunch of carbon and a bunch of ferrite. So I'm going to work my way over to that distress beacon, at the same time finding stuff to kind of fill my inventory. There's the storm we were looking for. I don't think I have my... Oh, we'll just go. I'm going to hit the scan again, see if I can find any sodium nearby. And I can. This is condensed carbon. The bigger crystals require an advanced laser tool, but it's nice to have, so I'm going to get these smaller ones. What are these? Advanced mining laser require floating crystals. Oh, that's kind of cool. What we have over here is 1 sodium, which I'll take, and a crap ton of oxygen. Just holding down the E key will automatically cycle in between those ground things, the ground spawns. Storm's coming in, and you can see my hazard protection is going down considerably faster. If I was in permadeath or survival mode, I'd be in 911 to find a cave right now, because I think I've got enough to refill my hazard protection like once, but not much more than that. I'm going to go ahead and grab this sodium over here and keep on heading that general direction. So I've got a little bit more time to show you. When that toxic protection goes down, just to give you an idea, it's not immediate death or anything. The bottom line is my life support, which is recharged with oxygen. So I've got 3 shields up there, right? So my health's going down on my top left. But even as I take ticks, it's going to go into the second shield before I would die. But I'm going to go ahead and hit X and recharge my hazard protection to full. So weathering the storm is not difficult, but if you don't have any hazard protection in the form of sodium, it can be problematic, yeah? And the storm is clearing. We're out of... I'm going to use that condensed carbon. It's just a more efficient version. So while I'm headed over there, I've got half a thing of, and I can still charge it again, my hazard protection. I mean, I wouldn't mind a full stack of ferrite and carbon. That's 10,000, so it's probably a little bit overkill, but I'll take as much as I can. Just heading over there, picking up ferrite dust, carbon, and dihydrogen as I find it. So this is a learning stuff, memory of, what's it called? Forget what they're called, but they're going to teach you a word. The first time you want to learn a word, you're going to go through this dialogue for each of the 3 races. And I'm going to accept the knowledge, and it teaches me the word, the Viking word for Viking. That one, we're going to go ahead and take this. Got some dihydrogen. Cool. There's a little bit of sodium. There's a bunch of, well, multiple sodiums. Oxygen. And this is deuterium. I would call it deuterium. It's going to give you unlimited jetpack boosts for, I think, 10 seconds. And basically, here we are. There's another damaged machinery. See what we get. Nanites again. You need nanites, but it's not very exciting. Let's see what we got here. Not most, but a lot of these things in the wall are interactable, like this one, Hollow Archive. Accessing archive, 6 to 7 logs corrupted. Entry follows. No one is making this recording in case leaving behind, and the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damage, can't find ship. Recovers supplies. The log finishes, the machine wears for life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. And I've got a hermetic seal. It also gave me the blueprint to repair said hermetic seal. Sometimes the second one has stuff in it, and this one does not. Still no cave, huh? Maybe. Maybe? Do we have a cave? We do have a cave. So it says my quest now is repair the hermetic seal. Wait, find the hermetic seal. Use analysis visor to locate starship. If I hold F, it tells me to begin analysis visor installation, gather craft visor components. So I'm going to hit continue and then open the inventory with tab to install the analysis visor, select the multi-tool slot. So it goes right to my multi-tool. I need an analysis visor. E. We have these are the technologies that we can install on this multi-tool. We have a personal force field, which I typically don't use, the bulk caster, which I don't use right now, and then this analysis visor. It needs 1 carbon nanotube. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. We don't have a carbon nanotube ready, so I will right-click out, go into my suit inventory, and craft a carbon nanotube out of 50 carbon. And then I can install that guy. What that allows me to do is hold down the F button to scan. It's got a lot of stuff. The red dots are undiscovered animals. There's some buried technology. There's an unknown building only 500 meters away. Copper deposit, pulpy roots, hazardous flora. There's another unknown building. Huh. Copper, sodium. But what we really need here is these elements. So this is something, and it's got question marks on it. If I scan it, it gives me some credits, 200 credits, and identifies this as cobalt, and the secondary element as copper, which is cool. That's a good secondary element, especially at the beginning. We have some plants here. All the previous plants were called unidentified. We now know the name. We know what their primary element is, which we knew beforehand, but now we also know the secondary element. And sometimes those secondary elements are kind of nice, and sometimes at the beginning specifically, they're not. Radon, not so useful. And I'm just looking for question marks. Oh, there's a bad guy. Talk about them in a second. So I wish I'd seen it before, but if you're not looking directly at it, they won't notice you. You can be standing right on top of them and they won't notice you. Once you cursor over them, they will start to emit this gas. And if there's a few of them there and you're not paying attention, it can be a little bit problematic. So here's our cobalt and copper. I do need some copper, but not a ton. So it's great to sell. And it also helps make, I think, life support batteries, which will help us with our carbon issue. So down in these caves, I'm not all the way in yet because my hazard protection is still falling. Once I get another step or two farther in, it's going to start to recharge. So they're a great place to kind of gather some basic things without worrying about your hazard protection. Also in the caves are typically a lot of those hazardous flora and marrow bulb, which we'll grab right now. Marrow bulb can be refined down to sodium rather, sorry. And at the beginning, it's in short supply, so whatever I can do to get a little bit more. How am I not in protection yet? There we go. Oh, some vortex cubes. That's pretty good starter money, too. You'll find all sorts of stuff in these caves sometimes. Let's go take a look at these vortex cubes. And I've evidently stepped out of the cave. There must be another opening. Yeah, I guess I didn't see that. That's not marrow bulb. So these vortex cubes are kind of cool. We're going to pick them up. Only 2? Oh, I thought there was more than 2. Then I'm going to step back over into the protection of this cave. And hit the tab button. And we're going to do some organization. So in my exosuit, we have general, technology, and cargo. So technology is where we can put technology. I can take like this jetpack, hit the E button, put it over here, which frees up a general slot because minerals and other items won't go into technology. So hazard protection, just put these over here to free up some spots for now. This geode I got while I was mining something, whatever I was mining, ferrite or cobalt, if I can analyze it, and it'll give me more. Evidently it was cobalt. These vortex cubes, 17,000 units, 5,800 each, which isn't a ton, but every little bit helps at the moment. And I'm going to get this a little bit organized the way I would want. Yeah, that's good for now. Now, do be careful if you're going through these caves without a terrain manipulator, which was what we are doing right now. If you get, some of these caves can be rather extensive and you can get turned around. And without a terrain manipulator, you can get lost and not find your way out. And I have had to restart games because I couldn't find my way back to the cave without a terrain manipulator. So just be aware. With a terrain manipulator, you can always just dig your way out. But we don't have one of them yet. This one has a whole lot of nothing associated with it, which is cool. We got a little bit of carbon, so let's show you how that works. I mean cobalt is what I meant to say. 268. So if I come in here and just click, ion batteries take ferrite dust and cobalt. So let's see how many we can build. 26. I'll take them all. Throw those ion batteries there, and then also I want to be able to build life support gels, which takes the hydrogen jelly, which you only have one of. Let's see if we can build some more of those. I can just hold the E button to craft more. Take as many as I can. That's it. Go back to all life support gels. Oops. Hold the D button to build some. Just to get some of them in there. So these life support gels will replace the oxygen, and the ion batteries will replace the need for sodium. This is not identified, so let's see what it is. Ammonia, not a really useful secondary element at the moment. That's all right. Facium, also not a super useful secondary element right now, but again, that's okay. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just kind of scanning and headed back towards the ship. You can't really get lost because it's always on your HUD. There it is. And then I will probably... You know what? Let's go take a look at one of those. Take a look at one of those unknown buildings real quick. Also scan animals. On the first planet, I don't think I've ever seen an aggressive animal on the first planet. We're going to scan where that building is 460. That one is 495. We'll go to this one. Once I got it highlighted, I can hold down the E button. And then when I come out, it's still on my HUD. All right, cool. So this is a waypoint. And waypoints, 100% of the time, will lead you to a minor settlement. And minor settlements will have a trade terminal, will have access to a couple of technologies, and also a chance at a pretty decent multi-tool. So I'll go ahead and get this marker. And maybe that will be where we set up our base. So I'm just going to go over to it and interact with it. It's going to act like a planetary chart would, and it's going to find us a minor settlement. "12 hours to run there. Not something that I would like to do. So let's go back and repair our ship and head over there. You know what? I'm probably going to go continue on with the quest line a little bit and leave that marker up. That way we'll unlock the base computer and we can set a base there. Don't really even have that option at the moment. Oxygen's a good secondary. Carbon with an oxygen back. Thank you. All right, so we'll cut to me getting back to the ship and we'll continue the repairs. But I'm just going to kind of make my way over there. Oh, no, we'll do that in just a sec. So we're down to like 10 or 15% toxic protection. If I hit X and it's going to my hazard protection immediately, but now I can charge it with sodium, sodium nitrate, or one of those ion batteries. I'll still take the sodium, though. So this is sodium, which is cool. I can get a whole crap ton of it, but I don't have the terrain manipulator. Whoa, here. We found a proper cave, I think. Almost back to the ship. Take that marrow bulb. We already discovered it. We did not. That's cool that the stalactites and stalagmites both have copper backs on their... Copper's pretty good. Use it to make a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 copper for 1 chromatic metal. And chromatic metal is used in all sorts of stuff. You don't typically find a ton of copper, I'm sorry, carbon in caves, but that's cool. So I still don't have the terrain manipulator, by the way. So again, just make sure you know your way out. I say we found a proper cave, and it's going to be like this. Yeah, this is the whole cave, not a proper cave. But that's cool. So we're stable. Let's take a look. Faceium I'll probably sell. I'll definitely keep the copper. Condensed carbon. We don't have any sodium nitrate yet. This is for ferrite dust, pure ferrite, and magnetized ferrite. And oxygen goes right there. Let's see what these are. Cobalt, cobalt, ionized cobalt. Nothing in our cup. Oh, we have a little bit. All right, cool. So we have almost 5,000 carbon, 1,600 sodium. I'm sorry, 228 sodium, 1,622 ferrite dust, 683. That's a good start. Oh, maybe I can't get out of here. That would be horrible. Let's get our jetpack all the way up. Let's see what we can do. Free at last. All right, let's head back over to the ship. Continue this quest line a little bit. We've gotten all this stuff. Repair the pulse engine. I'm going to go ahead and hop in here. Go to our starship. Needs metal plating and our hermetic seal. So we have the hermetic seal now. Now we need to repair the launch thrusters. We need a dihydrogen jelly. Let's go ahead and get one of those. Install that. And now I need pure ferrite. Exit the ship. It's going to ask us to make advanced materials required. Deploy a portable refiner. Portable refiner. Wow. So I'm going to hit the Z button to go into build menu. The only blueprint we have right now is a portable refiner. It needs 1 metal plating and 30 oxygen. I don't have the metal plating, so let's go in here and craft one. Hit the Z button again. 1 portable refiner. Poop. Poof. Poof. Not poop. Poof. Hit the E to hold it. This one needs to be refueled. The other refiners in the game do not, except for the personal. I'm going to go ahead and grab this condensed carbon and throw it in there. And it wants me to make 50 ferrite dust. I'm going to make a bunch. So we're going to let that... Yeah, half of it's fine. And then while it's doing that, I'm going to gather more materials. The range on your gun is I think, is much longer than most people think. I probably could use ferrite dust more than copper at the moment with 5,000 carbon. Copper, carbon. Having trouble today, boys. Let's see how we're doing on our personal refiner. 99%. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and take half of that and also go ahead and make some magnetized ferrite. And while that's crafting up, I'm going to get some more ferrite dust because I all of a sudden feel like I need it. Let's see how we're doing on magnetized ferrite. Got a little bit. What else can we do? Marrow bulb. We didn't find very much here. There weren't very many caves. But we'll go ahead and process that into sodium. We have some rusted metal. It's a 1-to-2 ratio into ferrite dust. We'll get about 700 ferrite dust. That'll take a couple of minutes. Let's go get some moss ferrite dust. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, wow. I did not realize it was going to fill up. Oh, I ran out of fuel. How you doing? Ferrite dust, please. All right, let's go check on our refiner over here. %83. All right, a little bit of a chunk. I want to go ahead and take half this sodium and make sodium nitrate because I like having it on me. It should be done. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. I also like to have some carbon substrate on me. Condensed carbon. Wow. All right, so that's probably good enough for now. I'm going to stop the processing exosuit, and I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's make sure there's nothing else we need to run. What does this make? Mordite. I don't really want any to mess with that right now. I can go ahead and make some chromatic metal. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and go into our starship. And I believe I've got pure ferrite. So same thing with our starship, general technology and cargo. I'm going to take as much as I can and put it in the technology just to get as much of it out of these slots as possible. All right, let's go ahead and pick this guy up, hop into our ship, and just to be cautious, I'm going to save here by hopping back out. All systems fully functional, seek answers amongst the stars. So I'm not going to that building just yet because I want to keep the waypoint. I am going to make a quick search around and see if there's something close by that I hadn't noticed before. I don't see anything before I head out. Oh, there's a building. Is that an abandoned building? I don't know. It's not something we're super interested in. Well, I'm super... Oh, dang, I just landed. Didn't mean to. Well, since I'm here, let's go see what this little building is. You know what? I'm not messing with it. But let's take stock. I guess I should do that in the ship. Now that I'm in my ship, the inventory when I hit tab will default to the starship. So we've got sodium, carbon, condensed carbon, sodium, sodium nitrate, ferrite dust, pure ferrite, and magnetized ferrite. Oxygen for me fits right there. And some miscellaneous stuff we've picked up along the way. Nothing in cargo. Yeah, I think we're good. And use all of my launch thruster fuel. That's cool. Let's go ahead and head up to the stars. Orbital flight achieved. Test Starship Systems 03. Test flight controls and thrust using W. So hit the W to go forward. Use my mouse to go up, down, back, and forward. Test boost with left shift. Done. And we're going to test our pulse engine. Do I have any? By holding the space button. So let's do that. They seem to be harder to find these days, but I need... Alright, so we have a message incoming. I can hit the X button, pulls up the communication. Incoming transmission. Please identify yourself. I'm going to identify myself. You are not alone. Follow the broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input the coordinate data.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Cool. So let's see where this navigational data is. Looks like it's on our planet, which is kind of cool. I still am going to pulse around looking for an actual asteroid. Oh, here we go. What I would like before I go down there is some excess tritium, which by shooting these stars, that one gave me silver. That one gave me gold. I want gold too. Silver. Where's the tritium? There's some tritium. So I like some excess tritium. That's our primary pulse thruster fuel. And I want 500 gold. When I make the base here shortly, I want to be able to make solar panels, and that's going to require some gold. And while I'm getting a little bit of gold, you'll see I'm also getting tritium hyperclusters, very similar to those geodes that we're getting with mining stuff. There's a gold nugget. I'm going to get gold nuggets, and each one of those gold nuggets I think is 50 gold once it's analyzed. I could sit out here if I wanted beginner money like this and just mine this and sell the silver, gold, and even the tritium for that matter. It's not the way I'm going to make money, but it's a perfectly viable reason or route. As far as I can tell, these are all, you're not going to be able to tell what you're going to get from the rocks. It seems to be randomized, but I don't think it's super important. It's kind of hard to tell because of the delay functionality whenever you hit a rock to when you get the loot. But you're relatively safe out here. If you stay here long enough, a pirate will come at you. You can either run from it or defeat it. They're not that bad. I will tell you, with the endurance update, you'll see NPCs out here mining, which is cool. They generally won't bother you unless you accidentally shoot them while you're spraying down all these asteroids. So let's get one or two more of those gold clusters and head out. Gold nuggets. Where's one? Tritium hyperclusters are the same thing as the gold nuggets, just like that, except once analyzed, it will expose additional tritium. So while we're hanging out here, let's go ahead and hit S to slow down. Let's see what we got. 87 gold and 8 gold nuggets. Analyze the gold with E. 40 gold? No, 100. That was 20. I don't know what's going on. 330. I got enough. These tritium hyperclusters are just adding more tritium. Cool. I think I'm good. So I'm going to go to my signal source, just hold down the pulse engine once it's in the middle of the screen, and head that away. Notice that the signal source is approximate location. It's not going to take you directly to it. The game wants you to land at that area, then get out and scan for the item, which we might have to do. Typically what I would do is get kind of close and then just start slowing down and seeing if I can see it on the ground. Save me some ground travel time. It's a word terminal. Oh, hey, I think I found it. I do like how somebody crashed his freighter. Everybody died or escaped, and then somebody decided to be polite enough to come back and put a landing pad. Wherever you see those green circles and you land, it won't take you launch thruster to take off from. Is this the wrong one? Probably the wrong one, isn't it? Read log. Multiple sentinels dropping out of warp. What are they fighting each other? The sentinels appear to have departed. Their distress signal bit nearby. Oh man, I didn't want that. Hit the F button. It's scanning. This was definitely not it. My smart aleck remark was that we needed it. So before I leave, I'm going to create some starter fuel. We need dihydrogen jelly and metal plating. So let's make a metal plating, and let's make a starter fuel, and let's recharge our launch thrusters. So we need to go that way. Pretty cool. Hope I can get over this guy. 250 units. I'm going to call them probably kilometers, but it's not really kilometers. I think the next portion of the quest is going to bring me to a freighter. I was just getting ahead of myself. Over here, let's see what this is. Launch fuel. I just made some of that. Take the condensed carbon. I do like the caves. I feel like I almost can't. There's more vortex cubes. I guess I'll hop down there and get them since I'll fill up the stack. I'm probably not going to get any more of the marrow bulb. And this looks like a proper cave. Bad guy. Maybe not. It's another false one. Just goes down 20, 30 meters. Ah, too easy to get distracted. I do love me a good cave though, man. Alright, where's this guy at? 70. Oh, this is it. So the earlier one we found like this on this planet was a real tall antenna, and it was called a waypoint. This is just a save location. It'll give me a hard save, the other type of save that you can have in the game, and also a navigational unit, which is kind of cool. Typically, yeah, there we go. The sparking wires in the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Let's decipher the signal. 16, 16, 16. No fuel and failed to reach the station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to go underground. Deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Extract the plans. Why does it keep giving me that? We've already fixed that. Base computer and a terrain manipulator, hopefully. Yeah. So I'm going to go into my multi-tool. We now have another piece of technology that we can, by hitting E, the terrain manipulator takes 2 carbon nanotubes and 1 dihydrogen jelly. So let's go into the starship, which is out of range, which is kind of cool. This is worth 80 units. Let's destroy that. We have 4 copper left. I'm going to go ahead and destroy that. That might not have been it. But get rid of the radon. Let's go ahead and 2 carbon nanotubes, was it? Yeah. I think, and a dihydrogen jelly. Already forgot. Now we have a terrain manipulator. By hitting, we're currently on the terrain manipulator in the top right of our multi-tool. I can hit the G and go back to mining beam or terrain manipulator. Now this is damaged machinery, and typically that means there is buried treasure, buried technical module. So I can just go down to it and hold the E to collect it. You get somewhere between 1 to 4. This one we got 1. Why does that not surprise me? Oh, 2. 2. Good. All the trash talking, I got double what I was bitching about. Let's see here. So it wants me to build a base, and I need chromatic metal to do that. I'm going to hit scan and pull it up and see what we got nearby. 89 units. I'm going to mark that buried treasure. Buried technology module. Dude, words are hard for me today, man. Cargo drop. Let's see what else we got. More buried technology. Ammonia. Copper. Copper is what it's wanting us to get. And we have that buried technology over there too. Sodium. I might go grab that just for shits and giggles. Let's go grab this since it's close by. You need all of them. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You need, I think like 400 will get you all of the items unlocked. We're looking for like 30 or 40 right now, just to kind of get what we need to get started. So we need lots of these. And then over here we got sodium. They're really close together. This is sodium. I can R&T can make these larger and smaller, and the smaller the ball, the more product it'll mine. It'll be much more efficient. Sodium's nice to have. You won't be mining this entire game. You can buy these resources from NPC pilots, from stations. Since Endurance, they've changed kind of the way that works, but there's less to get, but you'll still be able to get the stuff to be able to run around. And then with the larger refiners, in most cases, I actually don't think you can with sodium, but you can, there's an efficiency model where you can actually generate more in the refiners than you're putting in. So you can make your own, basically. And then also, with a little bit advanced stuff in your multi-tool, you can actually find hotspots and just have auto miners mine this and come back to your base later to pick it up whenever you want it. But at the beginning, you need it. So the tray manipulator is charged with either ferrite dust, or you can actually resupply it with the, when I go into the dirt here, I'll start collecting silicate powder. I can actually recharge it with the silicate powder. The more rare the resource, the more efficient the model is, where you might take one carbon or 2 carbon to charge something, where it'd take 1 condensed carbon. That's not how the math will ever work out, but it'll always be that ratio. Go ahead and charge that up then, boys. Some sodium. We're going to go and get the life support as well. How much should we get out of that? Out of curiosity. Not a ton, but good. So it's asking us to get copper. We already actually have the copper, but we need more. So I'll go ahead and run that portion. I would not be upset with a full stack of like 10,000 copper. You can get really nice stuff out of here. Technology, or even, I'm no longer picking up that rusted metal, by the way. Hazard protection modules, or you can just get nanites. Go into that guy. I remember there being a, oh, there they are. Let's go ahead and go grab that copper first. Got that all done. Just oh, inventory full's a problem. I'll get rid of that mordite. Pick up the dihydrogen. see what else we got around. I want buried treasure modules. Let's go ahead and clean this up just a hair. I'm keeping the silica powder just because. 34,000 for ammonia. 8,000 for the... Actually... to fill that up, let's put this back here because it's going to give me more room. We'll get a trade terminal after we get a base, and we can sell most of that miscellaneous stuff in our inventory. Now what happened there, I picked up one of those fragments. I need to... It's taking up a space. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, it's exposed. I don't even have to... Oh, maybe I do. Go ahead and take the oxygen. Scan and look for another one. We got two there too. 254 meters or kilometers or whatever. I will go to that one. I wonder how that one, maybe it did show up, I just didn't notice it. Keep on keeping on. So I need the microprocessors, but that just filled up my inventory. Get rid of that little bit of platinum. I'll probably get rid of that Facium. And the projectile ammunition. I'm going to get rid of that too. We're full up, boys. These are all really close together, so I'm just taking them. Sometimes it's not quite so convenient to pick up the buried technology modules. Let's just kind of head this direction and see what that unknown building is. See, now wouldn't this have been awfully convenient right at spawn? That's all right. Well, we've got cargo 24 of them. I'd like another 20 or so just to be on the safe side. Ammonia is not something, I don't think. It's actually paying quite a bit. Let's grab it. Starting cash is always good. So what is that? It's 62 units each. Yeah. Whatever, we'll see what happens. This I've never done before. Alright, so here I got an S-Class scanner module from that guy. So let's go ahead and grab that. It goes into my multi-tool, and we're going to group them together so that they get better returns. This guy got bugged out a little bit. That's cool. Alright, so we're up to 40 salvage data. Pretty full over here. It's 109,000 worth of that ammonia. I'm curious as to what that refines down to. So I'm going to go ahead and call in our ship. Summon vehicle. Because I put launch fuel in it, it'll just come right to me. And I can... Right now, I need to build a base, is what the quest line wants me to do. And I can go to that minor settlement. But just for kind of shits and giggles, I'm going to head out into space and scan the other planets and see what else is around before I commit to that. Not that you're really committing to anything, but just for a first base. Alright, we are officially out in space. Check out these planets. That one looks cold. So the scan really won't work unless you've got that unknown planet up. I'm going to hit C for scan. It's a dead planet with copper, rusted, and metal. A couple more planets over this way, but I think they're on the... Oh no, here we are. Radioactive planet, gamma root. High radio source planet. Uranium's kind of cool. Uranium's over there too. It looks like we have another planet on the other side of this one. Let's go see what that is. Just on the off chance that one of these is a paradise planet that we would have a little more fun putting down on, maybe. Bleak planet. I think that's about it. So where's my... Did I get that guy? I think I did. First one I got, right? So this will work for us. Minor settlement. Arrive in 1 hour. Now it's 6 seconds. Before I grab that, let's see what this is that popped up on our scan. It's a save point. This is a minor settlement and a save point. 2 POIs in the same area. Alright, so this is a minor settlement. It almost always is going to have a save point on it, honestly. Give me a nav data. Just see what's in these boxes. Some life support gel. Get rid of that rusted metal. Looks like some nanites. Oh, dihydrogen jelly. There we go. There's our buried technology module. Let's go ahead in here and see what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to do is check this cabinet. It's an A-class cabinet. That's kind of cool. So it's not a terrible gun. It's much better than ours. Let's go ahead and compare. So it's an A-class cabinet missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. I think that's how that works. There could be more available. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and come in here and reload the autosave. So hit create a save point, go to options, and I have 2 save points, a manual save and an autosave. This is the most recent. I'm going to go ahead and reload that. It's going to give... It possibly is going to put another gun in that cabinet, but the cabinet remains whatever class it is. If it's an S-class cabinet or a C-class cabinet, you can swap out the guns, but the cabinet will always remain A, B, C, or S. So A-class is good for a replacement to this starter weapon. And it didn't switch it out. That's okay. I think I might go ahead and take that, man. Oh, you can no longer exchange the first one? Used to be you could always exchange the first one, so I can't afford it. But that's cool. These little guys here usually would give nanites, but he's not. Look for little pads on the table. It'll either give me nanites or navigation data. That one will probably give me navigation data. Before I go talk to that guy, I'm going to go to this trade terminal. It's going to come in to sell. Like, I can get 2.1 million for that salvage day, but I got other plans for it. Vortex Cube, 30 grand. Keeping all of those things. I'm going to go ahead and sell this ionized cobalt. There's 106,000 for the ammonia. Oh, I was going to see if I could turn that into something else. We'll go ahead and sell the Facium. I think that's it. So I'm going to the buy cabinet. Can I? I can't. No. Well, I will try to get some ammonia later on and see what else I can do with it. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these ion batteries for 12,000 credits. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these life support gels for 17,000 credits. I'm going to pick up all of his ferrite dust, all of his oxygen, all of his sodium. And I need 4 more microprocessors. And I'm going to pick up all this uranium. All right, so that should clear us up. Well, not really much, huh? I'm using this, using everything here, really. That's all right. I can go ahead and put my launch fuel in the ship, and uranium is an alternative launch fuel. So I'm going to put that in the ship. I think that does me okay for now. Got a little bit of money. Let's talk to this guy and see what he's got to offer. They inhale deeply, bark out the code while I hurriedly mime at a peaceful knowledge of their kind. They take a second to look and grab my Moltz tool, barking into my visor, shrieking with saliva. They point at the mining beam charge indicator, then at my backpack. So I know that the mining beam requires carbon, so I'm going to assume that carbon is what he's looking for. Warrior grunts in satisfaction, impressed with both my gift and my understanding. They teach me several new words of their language. Yeah. And this guy, purchase components. He sells 3 salvage data, which is cool. There's 61 apiece, but when money's no longer a concern, I can come back here and buy some. So, yeah. Oh, what else you got? Purchase blueprints. Advanced mining laser I can buy. Teleport receiver. You know what? I'm not going to buy that advanced mining laser just yet. It's going to give it to me later on in the game, so why? Alright, so the game wants me to craft some chromatic metal, which I'm going to do out of copper. But I've already got some. I think I got 90. Yeah. So I'm going to come out here and go ahead and build a base. Base computer. Let's go ahead and just plop that down right there. Hold down the E and it's going to scan for other bases. Claim the base. Now all your base are mine. Well, my base is mine. Hold this guy down. Storm sweeping across, but the construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans. Well, need to get back soon. Extract the plans. It's giving me, I don't know why it's doing that. I already had that. Some basic building blueprints. And it wants me to construct a shelter, which I will do. I'm going to do it right here. So Z, we're going to do a floor panel. It's going to be a super complicated structure. We're going to do... You know what we're going to do? Yeah. No. Yeah, we're just going to do one here and then the door right here. As soon as you start this, it'll always populate a storm. So if you're getting weird angles, you in this build menu at the top right, you can hit B for toggle camera, and now you're free floating, which is really nice. What's really nice about this is while you're in this mode, your hazard protection isn't falling, so it allows you to build a little bit more freely without having to worry about it. Inside here, my hazard protection is coming up. We have a new signal from our base computer. Accessing logs from previous user. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage data from nearby plans. Logs. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Extract the plans. So now it gives us a, what's it called? Construction, no wait. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. But it goes in here. Well, it doesn't have to go in here. It's just where I put it. Construction research unit. And I need 1 nanotube to construct it. So let's make a nanotube. With that base computer. It's telling me to go get buried technology. We just spent a little while doing. Research buildable technology. So a teleport module takes 2. We have 42. So it takes 2. A biofuel reactor to fuel it. I'm going to go ahead and grab the save beacon. You don't need to. I think it's good. And the signal booster. I'm not going to mess with the health station or the hazard protection. But I am going to get the wiring, which takes none. The battery. And the solar panel. If I hit the D menu, I can go to additional items to construct with. Whether it's out of wood, stone, or alloy. And that's what I can purchase from the construction research unit. Should be in a storm right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. It's not quite done. I'm going to stop the processing. Pick up the chromatic metal and that. And pick up the portable constructor. And I'm going to work this from the confines of my... beautiful, well-designed base. Now I'm going to come through here and see if there's anything else I need to be talking about. Salvaging. I don't think so. Starship's still in range. I think we're good. So now it wants me to rename the base. Caps lock. Done that. So now it wants me to craft a base teleporter, a teleporter module. So for that, I'm going to need some 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go with 10 metal plating is what I think. And I need some carbon nanotubes. I'm going to go with 5. I don't mind building the extra, but I'm still a little sensitive on inventory space. So let's see if the storm is lit up. It has not. That's alright. So I'm going to come in here and grab a base teleport module. I'm going to put it personally right there. I'm going to power it, but I'm not going to power it with a biofuel reactor because that's asinine. I'm going to grab this battery, put it right there, and I'm going to grab 2 solar panels, which require 30 gold. Put 1 here. And 1 here. Now I got to connect them. So back into this build menu, grab the electrical wiring, connect the solar panel to the battery, the solar panel to the battery, and the battery to there. No worky. We don't have any sun. So that's cool. That's enough solar panels and batteries that once we go through a full cycle of sun, it will power that in perpetuity. It wants me to build a biofuel reactor, and that sucks because I'm just going to delete it. That's alright, no big deal. Wants me to power the biofuel reactor. And I'm going to power it with the least amount of stuff that I can. Hitting C to continually bring that stack size down. And I guess I'll leave it there for now just for Shits and giggles. Let's go see how chromatic metal's doing. She's getting close, boys. Alright, what you want me to do now, buddy? Return to the base computer. Wherever that is. Oh, there it is. Found it. Don't worry. Accessing logs from previous users. Scanner detected unusual broadcast repeating 16. Warning. End of archive. Records interrupted. Base computer. Archives have reached their end. It seems there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed to the space station. So that's what it wants us to do. Investigate the space station. Now, every time you come into a system, well, almost every system, some of them don't have space stations, but I'd say 95% of them do. It'll automatically populate on your HUD by that little hexagonal white and gold outlined icon. Click on it, hold the pulse engines, and we're headed to the space station. People really dig this music the first time you come into the space station, so I won't force you to listen to me. Alright, so I'm spending all my money. This is a GEC system, which means there's a nanite machine on that terminal side and also one right there. Big ol' holler. First thing you'll do when you come to one of these until your backpack slots are full is go fill up your backpack slot like I did while the music was playing. I'm going to go ahead and come over here and grab these other nanites. Because we pour. What we got here? I don't think I have any. Yeah. So what it's asking us to do is talk to folks. Whoever you talk to is no longer going to be interactable with at the first station. So try not to use any of the vendors in case you need them. But he's talking. He squeals as I approach, seem excited. Ask about 16. Look of surprise crosses their face. Any more Gex? Because I don't want to interact with them anyways. No, we'll go with the Viking. Ask about 16. Hearing the code seems to cause the life form to shrink, look in fear, crossing their face, and an instant fear passes. They look at me strangely but say nothing more. What about you? You want to talk? Oh, you. Not you. Not you. Repeat 16. We're watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. The aliens speak to me in words not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through a red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form glaring at me. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have witnessed it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. Then it wants me to hop back in here and go to the base computer. But let's take a looky around. Let's take a look at you. I got a couple. I do want to purchase. This guy sells planetary maps. We're going to exchange for specific charts. I'm looking forward to stress signal. I don't think I can get very many. 3? I'll take them. Maybe we can get a better ship for not very much. I have very little money left. But the two terminals do sell different things, so I will take your... Dang it. I literally don't have any money. 14,000 credits. Okay, so our ship is here, but it'll always go to wherever you are. So we're just going to head back to our base with the teleporter. We have no bases or nothing in here. All we have is our first base, Joat's first base, 3 salvage data. And it brought the ship with us, see? Yeah. And so now we can actually go into the build mode, C for edit, and delete that. And this will run forever with just that solar. So it wants me to check in with my base computer again. Begin decryption, decoding. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings. I might have gone quick through that to read it. Reach the coordinates. Encoded signal. Coordinates log. Reach the signal. So let's see what we got. It's a this away. "30 seconds. Up and out. Once I break atmosphere, just come back down. The irony. Should have just flew it. Approximate location, but I'm pretty certain that our end result is this crash freighter. I think there's a landing pad down there. I was correct this time. Log damage, partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but misfiring circuits along a pre-plotted run? Nestled among debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Request log. The item displays the ship's log. The terminal splits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes from the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. I pulled the blueprint from the computer, but it is a hyperdrive blueprint for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. That's funny that these are not prompting me in the right order. Begin hyperdrive installation. So let's see what we got. We're filled up here. Let's go ahead and put our hyperdrive here. We need 5 microprocessors and some chromatic metal. Done deal, Daddy-O. Auto diagnostics report. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Hyperdrive fuel status is empty. The hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I will really find out answers out there amidst the stars. But without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find the source of antimatter. Tune to scan antimatter. So it tells you C to scan. That's going to tell you that it has to be done from orbit. So we're going to lift off and go to orbit. Now we're going to scan. Antimatter trace detected. Lock target. Going to a new planet. So again, it's approximate location. But I believe we are looking for an actual building. So once we get a little bit closer, about 10 seconds out, I would slow down and hopefully that building's going to populate so I can see it. Save me some runtime. Where you at, Mr. Building? Oh, I think I found you. 100% did. Let's go ahead and land. Maybe I should have looked for the door first. Oh, there it is. These are whispering eggs. We'll use them. Don't touch them yet. Let's go ahead and get this quest portion done. Sometimes there's a bad guy up there on our terrain manipulator, so switch it off. Got some little containers here. See what kind of goodies we can get. See what else we got down here at the other end. Oh, another bad guy. Universal language database. Stock transfer, 1,100 units, thank you. Projectile ammunition. Huh, I didn't know you could turn those off and on. Alright, cool. So let's go knock out this little guy. We got some goop on it. The terminal is clogged with an unearthing, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to be function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Take blueprint and read log. You will find us. 16s. Now we have the blueprint for antimatter. Alright, so these guys. You can shoot them. A bunch of bad guys are going to come out. They sell really well. The bad guys aren't horrible, but they are super inconvenient. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drill some holes kind of at a slight angle down beneath them. That guy's all by himself. Maybe we'll start with him.
Radiation protection.
Man, I feel like there's a bunch here. That's where we started. Let's go ahead and... That one guy didn't drill out. Where's he at? Oh, there's two of them here. Alright, so this will get a little bit dicey since this is how I'm doing it. They're not horrible, but they won't go underground. They only stay up for 4 or 5 seconds. It's got to be quick. I don't think it's going to be enough cover. We shall see. Or doesn't like that one. So these you can sell for money, which we actually kind of need.
Technology recharge.
I gonna be so greedy as to have to get the last one? I guess I am. I'm having a problem looking up, which I find a little bit ironic. I got hit pretty good a couple of times. Well, he did pretty good. Enough that I might wait to charge my shield. While we're doing that, let's look. These larval eggs. Oh, I don't have any more spots back here. Cargo's going to hold twice the size, right? So a stack of 5 is 349,000. They refine really quick down into a bunch of nanites, so our shield's coming up. And I can naturally recharge like this shield, but I can't recharge the missing plus button without one of those shield recharger thingamabobs. Be nice, guys. Come on, come on. See, they go quick. I got one of those. That sucks. Owie. Be nice, guys. Play nice. Having problems looking up. At all of them? I think so. Now, where's our ship at? Alright, cool. We made it. So I need to craft antimatter housing. I need to craft antimatter, which we've already got one from somewhere else. And with those 2 items, I can craft hyperdrive fuel. So cool. We have hyperdrive fuel. You know what I'm going to do? Did I already lose it? Maybe. There it is. Are they still hanging out? There's my doors on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and make this a base. Are they still here? Or they despawn? Oh, plus I forgot the buried technology module. Oh, they're definitely still here. They will despawn after some time. But if you kill them, they just keep spawning. So, I mean, I could kill them, but they didn't do anybody any good. Hey, so that red item in the right, that's an aggressive animal. He's... Get up there, buddy. Yeah, I can definitely kill.
Radiation protection falling.
These guys go away? I think so. So I'm going to make this a base just because I can come back to it and pull those nanites again. Or money. Joat's Laval Core Farm. Looks good to me. Let's see here. Let's do... That looks kind of cool. Let's do real simple. Oh, looky there, Holmes. So now I can come back here just through the teleporter. And that'll respawn naturally after like an hour, hour and a half. And do it again. Not enough fuel in launch thrusters. Well, we have this fuel, which I'm going to use. And then uranium after that. So, launch into space. Interstellar travel. Warp to another system. Hit the X button, go to the interstellar travel. What is the next system? Gek. Viking. We have no information on these systems yet. But that's alright. We'll just go to this Viking system here. Let's see what that is. Toxic planet. Windswept. Starship monitoring report hyperdrive error. Warp fuel depleted. Search for fuel source. Searching. Obtained. Accept guidance for fuel source. Accept. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. So that's a windswept planet. What we got here, boys? Oh, a paradise planet. That's kind of cute. Another one up here. Decaying nuclear. We have another planet on the other side here. Where is the space station? Let's go to that real quick. Do I have any money? Oh, I might have to sell those larval cores. I guess I'm glad I didn't refine them. There are lots of ways at the beginning of the game to make money. Those salvage data, let's take a look. Exosuit cargo, 29 of them are 1.5 million units. Like I could sit on the planet and just do that for an hour or two and get another 50 or 60, and that's pretty good seed money. Let's sell 1.5 million for 23 larval cores. Don't want that flesh. Don't really want that projectile ammunition. Don't really want that mordite. Let's see what you got for sale, buddy. Buy. Take all of your ferrite dust. All of your oxygen. All of your sodium. That's good for now. Grab these nanites. Grab our bag slot. Oh, check the tool. C-class cabinet. Going into technology. Technology first, because I'm going to have technology. In fact, I'll probably just buy some right now. See what you got. S movement module. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I take. All right. So that guy sells exosuit upgrades. This guy sells exocraft upgrades. This guy sells starship upgrades. This guy sells multi-tool upgrades. It's your outlaw vendor I just passed. Let's go grab these nanites back here. Stock transfer. Nanites. And this terminal is linked to the other one, but they always have a couple of items a little bit different. I'll take the sodium nitrate. Take the tritium. Good for now. This guy does quests. This guy, I don't even know what he does. And then this guy sells maps. Bunch of dudes down here. 27 million for that hauler. What, you can buy any of these if you got the money. Interloper. Offer to trade. Let's see what he has for sale. I will take, for now, I'm still going to take all of his. I'm going to keep doing that until I'm full up. A28, 5 million. What are we doing on all that stuff? Oh, still need bunches. D19. Well, I think I'm good with that. Still got 1 million units. I'll go ahead and throw this gold back in the starship. Oh, I need the tritium 2 in the starship. An ugly fighter, A19 for 2.5 million. I think this is a 3-star economy. Might be 2. You know what? I'm taking this ammonia just to see what it refines into. Alright, so let's go take a look at our follow starship automatic guidance. Oh, our pulse engine ran out of fuel, which is why we picked up tritium. It started us with 100 tritium, but we picked up like 1,000 shooting those asteroids. Oh no. Planetary interference. I don't like planetary interference. Again, we got approximate location, so I'm going to slow down right about here, try to let the train and everything populate. See if I can see a building. Or something in. Not seeing is something in. That's all right. So let's see here. It's going to tell me where to go. So 500. 500. 500 meters that way. It is not a crash ship. I should have seen that. Let's get some words. Do you know? It depends on what your definition of the word is. I'm a beginner. Guide you the 5 words. Alright, let's see what we got here. The structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it seems obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? It is traveler. It feels strange responding to questions that I am sure that I am even being asked, but something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I'm overwhelmed by a sense of something that has awoken, something that is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? Well, I believe that I am first. I do not know that I am being how I'm being spoken to. This monolith is ancient. Wow, words. And I cannot escape the feeling that it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? I'm going to say both. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert, alert. The boundaries of the walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. Gave me a warp cell, which is kind of cool. And I'm too lazy to go with the crap over there. I think that's a word stone, though. What's it called? Knowledge stone. That's what it's called. We're going to grab that. And I think I'm going to try and grab some of these animals. Maybe not. There's too many. I definitely got that rock. Whatever. Let's hit the X button, come over to this little filler cup, and pull up that ship and call her in. Make your way into space, she says. Make your way into space. Alright, we're in space. Explore nearby planets. You know, this sometimes takes a minute for it to populate, so I think I'm going to actually go find that Paradise planet, wherever it is. Alright, so base computer is active. So what's that? What that's saying? Until, I don't know if there's an ending to it, but every little while it's going to give you a signal. It's like every hour, I think. I don't know. And you can go back to it and get a free piece of technology, which is kind of cool. There's my Paradise planet, and it definitely... It do, in fact, definitely have storms. You can tell by the clouds. The fact that it's all kind of cloud and grayed over. Let's see what we can find naturally, and then maybe pop off a couple of these distress signals that we got. Well, I did not plan that well. That reflection of the sun, is that what that is? Kind of funny. We're going to scan low down to the ground, see what we can find out. Might have to go back up and find an area that's got more land on it. I will tell you that if you're going to be manually scanning a planet, Pick a pole north or south. That way you have a bearing on the compass so that you don't get turned around, because it's super easy to get turned around here. Alright, let's get back down and take a look. There's land over there, buddies. Why'd you have to be so difficult? Oh, I'm digging this. Now give me something to play with. I do like doing this in third person. So I'm going to hit X, come over here to this little wheel, and change to third person mode. It'll help me not miss some of those. That's what I'm looking for. Just some unknown buildings. It is definitely a save beacon. So we're going to head south because that's what we're closest to. If I get turned around, I can always just head back to south. No, I'm not backtracking. Another save beacon. That's cool. Everybody needs one, I guess. Alright, so without anything popping up by chance or luck or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and slow down and land. And get out. Why'd the color change like that? Huh. And when I go into... Let's go ahead and throw that into the... Got some planetary charts, yeah? Will I need to activate one? Let's see what we get. Abandoned building. That is not what I want. So we will leave that there. Well, that gets crazy. Crazy animals. Crazy, I tell you. And we're going to go back in here and we're going to do another one. Distress signal detected. Where at, dog? Way over there. In 1 hour. Ain't nobody got time for that. Break the atmosphere. Oh, hey. Settle down. Settle down. Incoming transmission, source unknown. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. Identify. You left me. Why did you tell me you don't understand? Of course you'd say that. Of course, just like the others. Ask about the others. There is no reply. Fall silent till the channel remains open. And I got some coordinates. I'll bet that's my abandoned ship, which is a little bit ironic. Like if I'd just been patient. Patient is not my strong suit. Patience? Patience. Alright, let's see what we got here. We have an abandoned ship. Is there a guy walking around it? Is there a guy? Is there a guy? Is there a guy? I don't see a guy. Let's land. See what happens. Alright, so we have a damaged machinery. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Nanites. We got some buried technology. Let's get some of that. Because I like some of that stuff. Damaged container. Let's get rid of that. Got some miscellaneous containers. We have no dude walking around, which means it's my ship here in a second. We have a distress beacon. The cockpit is adorned with trophies of dead creatures perched on every available surface. At the controls sits a tendrilled hunter, his body and face lacerated. The dank smell of blood assails my nostrils as I fight back the nausea. The black box reveals a pilot was attacked by something whilst in flight, but it is unclear. But it is unclear what. I could strengthen the warning beacon in the cockpit, but I would leave the terminal vulnerable to attack. I think send out the warning signal is what I'm looking for here. Unknown benefactor sends a word for my actions. I construct tech that once powered this drift. Ooh, teleport receiver. Got it. Cool. So now let's take a look at this guy. B-17. 845,000 units. Alright, so this is this ship. I can compare it to my ship. It's kind of better. I'm going to go ahead and claim this ship. It's untakeoffable, unlaunchable, unflyable. So I'm going to repair some of it. We need a hermetic seal. Yeah. Got one of them. Need a metal plating. Yeah, got one of them. All I have to repair is the pulse engine and the thrusters. So I need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly, which I've already got. And then I'm just going to take off. Because I'm a cheeky bastard. Look for that space station. I was not lined up for it, but that's alright. Oh, there we go. That alarm in the background makes me sound like people that drive their cars with their seatbelts unbuckled. And you can't, oh, look at that ridiculous one leg. You constantly get the beeping sound reminder for the buckle your seatbelt. How much do I have in inventory? I got a little bit, we'll see. Starship outfitting. I can upgrades or I can claim the scrap worth 313,000. Which I'm going to try to do. Claim the scrap. And she worked. Go to this little guy who sells modules, right? But I can also sell to him. So these B modules I just got off that guy in the scrapping process. Sell them back for some nanites. And now I'm going to come in and sell. It's hard to, it takes a little while to figure it out, but the stuff that came from the ship. Get rid of that projectile and that. I think everything else works out. Now, my good sirs and ma'ams, ladies and gentlemen, let's go find. Continue on with the quest. What we got? 1.3 million. Some breathing room. Where'd that marker go? It just really wants me to install that teleport. I don't want to. Go to my log. We're going to unpin formula. Go back to Awakenings, and there's my marker. It's not this crash freighter again. It can't. I mean, I guess it could be, but I don't think it is. I think it's this. The same ship I just got. That's all right. Let's see here. We got that thing that's empty. Gek relic. Where's my damaged? There we go. Buried technology. There's no signs of life. There's only static and the static of a broken communicator. Extract the records. Whatever message was once here scrambled beyond recovery. All I extract is a pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. Advanced mining laser. That's cool. I can actually fit it on here. If I can get it. A wiring room is what I need. 2 of them. It's expensive. It's like 100 grand. Let's see here. I think we've done this before. Let's get compare. Let's go ahead and claim the ship. Oh, really? So I need hermetic plate and hermetic seal. Oh, jeez. And a metal plate. Let's go ahead and get that guy done. The launch thruster is that. Just for the sake of the sound, I'm going to go ahead and replace the deflector shield, repair the deflector shield, some sodium nitrate, and that'll stop that noise. All these other things, you can free up the spaces by fixing them with whatever they need, as they state. Not something I'm going to do. We're going to take off. We're going to go sell this. I'll bet we're going to get interrupted before we get a chance to sell it, though. Incoming message. Artemis Entity, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis Entity. Tell the truth. Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been contacted before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard. Yes? A proper introduction to our home. This is kind of cool. Now, we have the Space Anomaly. We're going to knock out the Space Anomaly and call this the beginner episode, because this is, I mean, at this point, the world is your oyster. This is where all the multiplayer stuff occurs. I've got multiplayer turned off at the moment. But this is where it all kind of starts, for reals. In the next episode, we're going to go through this quest. We're going to actually finally get that nest egg built up. I'm going to... There's a living ship. Oh, I don't have multiplayer turned off. Those are so cool. I haven't done one of those yet, man. I've never done one because their inventory is so worse, and it's so much harder to upgrade. Would much rather have a ship that's capable, and even in the end, at max slots, it's not as good as a hauler. So I don't know. That's why I haven't done one. But they look so cool. Maybe we'll do one in this playthrough. Here's my dude. I'm pre-sensitive. Not our home here is pleasant. Yes, Polo's own design. A perfect bubble. Beyond the Sentinels, beyond vengeful Korvax, not a watch's time to come. I'm going to ask about Artemis, because that's kind of the quest we're on right now. At least that's who ship we're in. It's unknown to you. I don't know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us, highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to the Sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. The Korvax watches me with patience. I'm going to ask about Nada. Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen. We are alone now. I am divergent. The convergence does not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo Friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada is happy. Ask about Polo. Polo Friend found Nada. Found my signal. Nada is safe. Now Nada finds other signals. Makes others safe. The station has been calling me since I asked about the space station. Beyond what is outside, our anomaly wanders free like Nada, to observe and to search. The Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging. I'm gonna leave. Polo, speak with Polo Friend, traveler. So Polo's right here. He gets a little purple icon. Friends everywhere. If only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes and sizes and all places. Artemis Friend. You are where they should be. Does not seem possible, but all things are possible. Such is the universe. We will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. And it's Cal. Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend more time with some other friends. We all help each other here. So now, it's going to tell me to visit Helios. The Grand Analysis. Analyst? The Grand Analyst. Man, dude, English is really jacking with me today. Ah, young one, you are still to roam the boundaries of this universe. How I envy you. My time in reality has long passed, but I miss it greatly. Perhaps you might be helping an old soul and share the things you've seen. I'm going to give data planets. Thank you, little one. Take these nanites. And for exchange of data, he gave me 120 nanites. I'm going to go and grab errors too. Same thing on, he'll ask for either specific stuff, in this case gold nuggets. I think it's every day, maybe every week, and he'll exchange for nanites, or you can transmit milestone data. And if you've got any, or a lot, he'll give you a little or a lot. Ooh, 650 nanites. Then it's going to send me back here. Now there is another backpack slot available on this Anomaly. I'll go ahead and grab that. We're going to go into technology again. Iteration Eris. Not Eris, Celine. I heard whisper of your travel. Research exosuit upgrades. Alright, so I don't particularly want the hazmat gauntlets, but I do want the personal refiner. And then anything else here I really want right now? I don't have a ton of units, so I'm going to leave it alone. This terminal here is a construction research station. So using A and D, I can move through it. This is pretty much all of the base stuff in the game. What I'm worried about here, what I'm concerned, what I'm wanting to purchase here is right here. So I want the medium refiner and the large refiner. And then just to make it convenient on me, I also want this landing pad. It'll leave me 7 salvage data, but you can see I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one too. A ton of things that you can purchase with salvage data. This guy here sells starship upgrades, or not upgrades. That's an important distinction. When you're in the space station, they're selling upgrades at those vendors. These guys are selling the technology. So, I've already just unlocked that. I definitely want the economy scanner. I hate the fact that they kick you out almost randomly. We will need the conflict scanner. It's not something I really am dicking with right now. And we're going to go ahead and grab this cadmium drive. You know what? I think that's good for now. Efficient launch thrusters. 120 nanites. Nanites will become less of a problem, but that doesn't mean they're not a problem right now. Exocraft, and then this guy here, the synthesis laboratory. Just for convenience, I'm going to grab this micro thrusters. But you will eventually want basically all of these. And then this guy here sells multi-tool upgrades. I might not have any more money. Research multi-tools, 120. Nothing of interest that I can afford. Alright, so we're going to head out in our busted ship. I guess we can go out this way. Oh wait, do we have somebody else to talk to? Yeah, that would have been annoying. Return to Nada. Nada and Polo drift between worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Ask what to do. Traveler entity, proceed as you will. I'm going to help with Artemis, because that's the first quest line we're going to do. And we're going to jump out here, because we're cool like that. Here's our busted, broke ship. Now I can recall the anomaly in any system I'm in. So once we start this, I don't want the hostile scan. I just don't feel like messing with it. I don't have shields. I don't have nothing. Come on, boys. Now's not the time. 10 seconds. I don't know if it's gonna be a problem or not. I guess it's a good thing I installed those shields. Oh, I don't have... Oh, no. I don't have anything. I don't have any weapons. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got out of that. Just ran away. Very bravely ran away. I guess we can go ahead and grab this communication. Artemis, Artemis, Artemis. Where? Is there anyone there? Is there anyone outside? Something's wrong. Identify yourself. Will the stranger hear them calls? The only sound I hear is a background hiss of cosmic radiation. You found me. There is little light. Thought I'd never hear from another soul again. I really did. How did you find my voice? You say you found a crashed ship. I tell the stranger about the abandoned starship and how I found the communicator ID in the distress beacon. I begin to mention the anomalous space station, but they cut me off. It's outside, but I think I'm safe. There are 16 of them, and they look just like... Ask about the 16. Fear and confusion dance with the eyes of the stranger. After a few moments of silence, they turn to me, imploring. You don't know who you are, do you? It lied to me. It lied to us all. The sounds cut out before their face lingers on, silent before it fades into nothingness. End communication. This must be Artemis, and they're clearly in need of my help. I need to find a way to boost their signal. Alright, so we're about to end this episode. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to scrap this ship, and then we're going to take the teleporter back to our base, grab that base archive blueprint, and we're going to call this the beginner episode. So I'm about 3 hours into this. I'm going to cut it down to as much as I can, but this is where you start. With those refiners, I can create stuff to sell, and then we can... I'm going to economy crash, if you guys are aware of this process. Some people think it's cheating. It's not. I mean, it's in the game. They've had multiple updates to have the opportunity to fix that, and they don't. I mean, this is a mechanic that Hello Games has in the game, I would argue, for a reason. So once again, we're trying to clear up some space. We're going to sell these B modules because I don't want them. And we're going to come over here and ditch the components that it gave us. Thermal pads, tank of coolants, handful of cogs, once useful springs. I'm also going to sell that Gek relic. What are we at? 1.6 million? Well, it's not embarrassing. You can buy that guy, 1 million flat, 1.1 million per B-21 shuttle. It's not the way I roll, boys. Let's go back to base archives, says that's where the quest is. Your bases, base archives. Let's head there. Check out what the base archive has to have it and call this a beginner episode. Automated recovery and process, 6%. Search archives. Found buried technology module. Construction logs. Search construction database. Base technology storage. Container plans. It's off. Hopefully it'll be better when we're on the second episode. Leave. Now I do want to see what happens here. We now have the ability to craft container modules. Let's throw some carbon in there. What does ammonia make? Ferrite dust. Useless. Not useless, but you know, not what I was looking for. What was this gun again? Yeah, man. So compare 3.4 million, you bastards. We'll get it next episode. That's a pretty good starter gun. I'm not really concerned about the stats. I want something that's not ugly. A-class preferably, and this is every slot filled. So that's just something I can build up, and then later on we can get something cool. So, this is the first episode. Thank you guys so very much. Yeah, man. See you later. Thanks, guys.